What's going on? It's your boy, E. Johnson. Welcome to my page. Real quick, I'm here to talk about fitness. And I want to preface that I am not a fitness guru, I am not a physical therapist, and I'm not a nutritionist. Okay? I'm not any of those things. I'm just a normal guy who decided that he wanted to lose weight. He wanted to drop some body fat, and I wanted to get healthier. And I dedicate really a lot of my fitness stuff to people who are really in my age bracket. I'm actually in my 40s, and my focus is really on that mid to late 30s, early to mid to late 40s, that range, and possibly maybe even in your early 50s, possibly. And the reason why my focus is there is because many of us in that age bracket are juggling careers. You know, we may have a kid or kids, we're married. And another thing that I really see a lot that's extremely consistent in that age bracket is a lot of us put on a lot of weight. You know, you see some of your friends, you may see some of your friends, or you see people that you haven't seen in a while, and one of the biggest things that you notice about them is that they put on quite a bit of weight. They look different physically, obviously, from the time that you saw them from high school. Because right, we're not going to look the same way we looked in high school or even in our early to mid 20s. But in terms of our bodies, in terms of the way we look, some of us have gained considerable amount of weight, whether it be in our face, our stomach, our back, many different areas. You see those changes, and I kind of sat around and I said, man, I don't want to be, the old dude with a pot belly and just looking like I don't care about my body composition. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I saw is that so many different things happen to us in our lives where, like I said, family takes precedence, and as a result you put on weight, and you really put you put your physical composition and the way you look, you put that way in the back burner, and you compromise that, obviously, because of career and family. But I'm here to say, guys, that you don't have to do that. You don't have to compromise so much of that in order, I guess, for the benefit of ballooning up and putting on a considerable amount of weight. Now, obviously, every single person that's in that age category is it has not put on a lot of weight or what have you. You have some individuals, due to maybe their genetics, or maybe they're doing some things. Maybe they're working out. Maybe they're on a specific eating program. Maybe they eat a certain way, and they've allowed, and it's allowed them to be lean or what have you. But nonetheless, guys, there's so many of us who don't fall into that category, right? I know for me, just kind of giving you a little history with me. I'm married. I have a 10-year-old daughter, and for a big portion of my life, I've always been relatively fit. I've always played basketball. I played on basketball teams or what have you. I took martial arts, and I've always been relatively fit with some type of definition of my body. And I noticed one of the things, I actually noticed that when I had my daughter, I noticed that my physical activity changed considerably. Even prior to her, my physical activity had changed considerably, because I just wasn't as active as I once was. I became less physically active when I started getting into my my mid to late 20s. although but I still was doing some things, but just not as active as I was when I was in my early 20s and obviously when I was a teenager. And you start thinking about that. You're like, man, why am I falling off like this? What can I do to get better? And like I said, I have my daughter, got married, and I noticed that I started putting on weight. And when I recognized it, the first thing I thought was, okay, I'll get to it. Let me just, maybe hit the gym when I can hit the gym. And I'd hit the gym, and then I'd stop hitting the gym. I'd blow it off, and then I'd get back into my rut of not working out and just eating what I wanted to eat. And then I'd come back again, work out a little bit, and then again I'd lose the momentum and start eating what I want to eat. And come in from work, you're tired, and you sit down, and and you kind of see the pattern here, right? And then eventually I just completely stopped working out. I didn't do anything, and I'm a couch potato now, right? I'm a couch potato, but I mean, obviously, I'm taking, taking care of my daughter. I'm married, and you're constantly on the grind, and I've just completely forgot about, my appearance, and my focus just became so much on, trying to, elevate my career that I completely 100% just neglected myself. And guys, I'm gonna tell you something. I had gotten the biggest I'd ever gotten in my life. I'm a tall guy. I'm 6'4", so I tend to hold my weight pretty well. But I had gotten up to 255, 256. I mean, that was like the heaviest that I had ever been in my life. I mean, I was heavy, and I started looking at the pictures that I was taking, and I wasn't photogenic. I already have a big head, right? I have a big head, and I'm like, man, I'm trying to imagine. I already got meat on my head. How much more meat am I gonna stuff into this face? I'm like, I can't do that. So I think I just got fed up. So fast forwarding, I was actually working with a colleague of mine, and I noticed that she was starting to lose weight, and she had a bop in her step and started to gain some swagger. And it really motivated me, because here was a guy who was extremely active and playing basketball all the time, and I still like to dance and just be active, just moving around, going into the park, playing kickball and doing things like that. And I noticed that I wasn't that guy anymore. I lost some swagger, I put on some weight, and my confidence level really went down a bit. I'm like, man, I'm not liking what I'm seeing. So guys, I just simply took control, and I never looked back. And that was about 3 years ago. Now, there were some mistakes that I made along the way in terms of the way I should have been eating and what I shouldn't have been eating. My approach to my weight loss, there was definitely some trial and error, but I was able to get myself down 20 pounds. I went from 255, now I'm at 235. And again, I'm 6'4". If you're just tuning in right now, 6'4", 235. And guys, my goal is to get to 215. That's my long-term goal, is to get to 215. So for me, I had to really educate myself quick, and over the last year, that's really what I've been dedicating myself to, is really educating myself and learning how I should really, or I should say how I should really focus my time on this journey to becoming healthier and more fit, and getting the results that I want. Now, again, like I said, I'm not a physical trainer. I'm not a nutrition. I'm not a fitness guru at all, guys. I'm just a regular guy, just like you guys, And I'm trying to get in shape. I'm trying to lose weight. And I'm here just to share with you some of the things that I've done on my journey. And I still have a journey to get to. So I'm not even there yet. So I'm all, I'm getting there. I'm seeing results. And again, this is just meant to be interactive. If you have some things that are working for you as it pertains to, your weight loss or, your dedication to what you're doing in the gym, post your comments. I want to know what you guys are doing to get yourselves fit. Let's have conversations centered around that. Let's discuss that. I'm also doing a video on my diet, kind of what I do, and you guys, take heed to it. It's about intermittent fasting. I know there's a lot of videos out there about intermittent fasting, and again, like I said, I am not a scientist or again physiotherapist, nutritionist, or a fitness guru. I'm just a guy here providing some information that you can look into. So obviously consult with your doctors. Make sure you do that before you indulge into any specific diets or what have you. I think it's extremely important. Everybody's body is different, and how your body responds to certain things is going to be different than the next woman or man. So on that note, check my video, intermittent fasting. I'll talk to you guys a little bit about, again, like I said, my eating pattern. Y'all take it easy. Peace.